Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলকাশারীরা,
'Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 'Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 'Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 'Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 'Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 'Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 'Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 'Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
হরি বলিতে না ইয়ানে বাবনি গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে ফুলকাশারীরা হরি হরি বলিতে না ইয়ানে বাবিনী গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে ফুলকাশারীরা হরি হরি বলিতে না ইয়ানে বাবিনীরা গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে আর খবে নিতাই চন্দ্রের করুণা হইবে সংসার বাসনা মোর কবে তুচ্ছ হবে আর কবে নিতাই চন্দ্রের বিষয় চরিয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মন কবে হাম হেরব শ্রী বৃন্দাবন রূপার গুণাত ফদে হইবে আকুতি কবে হাম বুঝব সে যুগল প্রীতি রূপর গুণাত ফদে হইবে আকুতি কবে হাম বুঝব সে যুগল প্রীতি রূপার গুণাত ফদে রহু মোরয়াস প্রার্থনা করো এ সদা নরোত্তম দাস প্রার্থনা করো এ সদা হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, 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 Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Gurudev,
What?
for you,
For what?
he need your sign.
For what?
He need sign for what we give, visa and so forth. It is visa issue, visa issue.
All right, come. Yeah. Signature. Okay. Oh, I don't know. He went
He may be back today, tomorrow, any day. He's coming back. Yeah. Okay. You heard about Bhakti Vikas Swami? Got arrested in Russia. He's in a jail cell for being at a Hare Krishna festival. Well, he's a foreigner, yeah. And he was at a Russian devotee Hare Krishna festival, ISKCON festival. I don't know the details of the festival, but the authorities came, arrested him, and told him that he's guilty of whatever. And they've put him in a jail cell with one or two of his personal servants. They're allowing the devotees to bring prasadam to him, and he'll probably be deported. That's what I've been told.
They didn't stop the festival, they just arrested.
That I have no idea. I don't think so. I don't think so, because in Russia, ISKCON is legal. Gaudiya Mata is not legal, but ISKCON is legal. So I think that they've just understood, because we've had to go undercover, and maybe they have new rules regarding foreign members of that society.
Is he British?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why.
Ganasham from Bombay sent me that news. Okay. Now we will go on with our Hari Katha about Srila Lokanath Das Goswami. And there's some real nectar in here on Srila Bhakti Ballabhatirtha Maharaj's book. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Shri Gurun Dinataranam Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha namo mahavadanyaya krishna prema pradayate krishnaya krishna chaitanya namane gaura tishe namaha Nityanandam namastubhyam premananda pradayane kalo kalamashanashaya janava pataye namaha Panchatattvatmakam krishnam bhakta rupa swarupakam bhaktavataram bhaktakyam namami bhakta shaktikam He Krishna karuna sindho dina bandho jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Brindai Tulsi Debai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I'm offering my unlimited Dandavat Pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable, beloved Gurudev, Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa, Ashto Tarasata Sri Srila, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Then I'm offering my same unlimited Dandavat Pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable, beloved Siksha Gurudevs, Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa, Ashtatara Sata Sri Srila, Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, and Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa, Ashtatara Sata Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And I offer my Dandavat pranams at the lotus feet of all of my Sri Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga, and my Dandavat pranams to Srila Lokanath Goswami Pad, who is the spiritual master of Srila Narottam Das Thakur, exalted eternal associate of Radha and Krishna in Braj and of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And I offer my Dandavat pranams to all of the Vaishnavas and to all of the Vaishnavis. Hare Krishna. So, again, today we have a disappearance day of one of our acharyas. And that acharya is named Sri Lokanath Das Goswami. And we're going to hear about him, how exalted he is. We should try to understand how exalted he is, because he's one of the original devotees who were sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go to Vrindavan. Even prior to Mahaprabhu's personally going to Vrindavan, he had already sent him and Bhugarbha Goswami. Bhugarbha Goswami and Lokanath Goswami were like one soul in two different bodies. We'll hear about that today. So, without any further ado, I'm going to read from Srila Bhakti Balabhatirtha Goswami Maharaj's wonderful book that he has benedicted the whole world with, and it's titled The Associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now this section is dealing with both Lokanath Goswami and Srila Bhugarbha Goswami. Now he first of all quotes, as he always does, Sri Gaur Ganadesha Deepika, written by Srila Kavi Karnapur, who told about all the identities of the different associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what their identities were and are eternally in Krishna Lila. So this one line is describing the identity of Lokanath Goswami. He says, Lokanathakya Goswami Sri Leela Manjari Pura. So Leela Manjari Pura means previously he was Leela Manjari. Leela Manjari. So Lokanath is considered to be Mahaprabhu's direct disciple and also his personal associate. And prior to coming to Navadvip, he lived in the village of Talakari in Jeshore district in what is now Bangladesh. Now prior to that, he lived in Kachna-para. Kachna-para. His father's name was Padmanabha Chakravarti and his mother Sita Devi. Now the Bhakti Ratnakara quotes an old verse which confirms this. Here's the verse. Bhakti Ratnakara. Srimad Radha Vinodaika Seva Sampat Samanvitam Padmanab Atmajam Shrimal Lokanatha Prabhum Bhaje. I worship Lokanath Prabhu, the son of Padmanabha, whose life revolved around the wealth of service he possessed in his deity. And what is his deity's name? Radha Vinod. Everyone say the name Radha Vinod.
Radha Vinod.
Radha Vinod.
Radha Vinod.
Radha Vinod.
Radha Vinod.
Who is that?
Our deities.
Huh?
Our deities also are Radha.
No, that's Vinod Bihari. But Radha Vinod is the deity of who? Lokanath Goswami. We're going to hear how that deity came to him. Okay? That deity you can still have darshan in Jaipur. Yes. So, then the next verse that is quoted is also from the Gauravganodesha Deepika. Oh wait, no, wait. Now, the descendants of Lokanath's brother, Pragalpa Bhattacharya. Pragalpa Bhattacharya is the brother of Lokanath Goswami. And the descendants of him are still living in Talakari. Don't tell Sajan Maharaj, otherwise he'll go chasing off to Talakari. Looks like he wants to do, he and our Ramesh Baba, they want to do a tour of the entire Gaur Mandala. I don't know. They were supposed to return 2-3 days ago, but they can't bring themselves to return. So, okay, good. Yes, so this Bhugarba, so it says here that Bhugarba Goswami, you know who Bhugarba Goswami is? We're going to hear who he is. But you've seen his samadhi many, many times. All of you. All of you have seen the samadhi of Bhugarba Goswami many, many times. Do any of you know where it's located? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's located in Vrindavan.
Radha Damodar temple.
Where in the Radha Damodar temple?
Kutir and Samadhi. It's opposite.
At the far end.
Yes.
If you're doing the circumambulation and you pass by Rupa Goswami's Bhajan Kutir on your right hand side, then that little square, it's like a square, very small samadhi, you have to walk around that in order to complete.
Yes.
That's Bhugarba Goswami's samadhi.
Yes.
You know? You saw it before? Have you ever done the circumambulation of Radha Damodar? How many times have you done it? Huh? Hundreds.
Usually every day, sometimes twice.
Okay. So, but it's good to know who you're circumambulating, okay? Okay? So now you know, and you'll never ever forget this again, because we just described where his samadhi is. Did you understand that? But do you remember in your mind that there's one single samadhi and you have to just go at the far end of the parikrama, at the far end before you come back to Rupa Goswami's samadhi and then you go into the temple room. At the far end is one small, it's like as big as this square here of these two mattresses. And you have to walk around that. Do you remember that in your mind? Okay, that's his samadhi. Now, Bhugarba Goswami was Lokanath's closest friend. And he was also his constant companion, the two of them. And what was his identity in Braj? He also has an identity in Braj. He was Prema Manjari. So who was Lokanath Goswami? Which Manjari?
Leela Manjari.
Leela Manjari. And now Bhugarba is Prema Manjari. Okay? And here's the verse from Gauravganodesha Deepika telling that fact. Bhugarba Thakurasyasit Purvakya Prema Manjari. According to the Sadhana Deepika, according to another literature called Sadhana Deepika, Bhugarba was Lokanath's paternal uncle, which means that he was the brother of Lokanath's father. So the Shak Nirnayamrita, that's another literature, Shaka Nirnayamrita, it adds the following comments on Bhugarba Goswami. Here's the verses on Bhugarba Goswami. Goswaminam cha Bhugarbam Bhugarbotam Suvishrutam Sada Mahashayam Vande Krishna Prema Pradam Prabhum Srila Govinda Devasya Seva Sukha Vilasinam Dayalum Premadam Svacham Nityam Ananda Vigraham. So this verse is telling, I offer my reverence, my obeisances to the illustrious Bhugarbha Prabhu, who is said to have been born, listen to this one, who is said to have been born from the bowels of the earth. Bhugarbha. Garbha means womb, and Bhu means earth. So, somehow or other, that is being stated here in this verse, that it is said that he was born from the bowels of the earth. There's no explanation of this. You'll just have to try to understand it. Now, what does he do, Bhugarbha Goswami? What is his glory? His glory is that he bestows love of Krishna, Krishna Prem. He bestows that, and he takes pleasure in the service of Govinda Dev. He is very compassionate, he is very simple, and he is always joyful. Bhugarbha Goswami. Now, who is the initiating guru of Bhugarbha Goswami? Who do you think that was? The initiating guru of Bhugarbha Goswami. His initiating guru was Gadadhar Pandit Goswami. So he is therefore considered to be Gadadhar's branch. You know, like branches of a tree. He is Gadadhar's branch. And Sri Bhagavat Das, a fellow disciple of Srila Gadadhar Pandit Goswami, he was also a very close friend of Bhugarbha Goswami. Bhugarbha and Bhagavat Das are branches of Gadadhar Pandit, both of whom went to live in Vrindavan. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi 12, verse 81. Now is the section titled that Lokanath and Bhugarbha go to Braja. Look at all that beautiful rain and how we are not affected by it, sitting here very nicely. Now, Lokanath Goswami, he renounced the household ashram. When did he renounce his household ashram? Well, it was 1431 of the Shak era, but in Western calendar, that's the year 1510. So let's figure it out. Mahaprabhu 1486, that's 14 years, then another 10 years.
24.
So that's 24 years.
Sannyasa.
This is when Lokanath Goswami left his family life and he came to meet Mahaprabhu in Navadvip. So we don't know his age. He hasn't told that so far. But that means that he renounced his household life 24 years, 24 years after Mahaprabhu's appearance. So he could have been in his 30s, Lokanath Goswami, he could have been in his 30s if he renounced his household ashram in 1510. So he could have been in his 30s or 20s or, but he was in household life and he renounced that in 1510. So 1510 is when Mahaprabhu took sannyas. So he came to meet Mahaprabhu in Navadvip. And what did Mahaprabhu tell him? This is the first time that he met Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu immediately told him to go and live in Vrindavan. He also told him that it was his own intention. Mahaprabhu was intending, and he told this to Lokanath, that he was intending to take sannyas very shortly. and also go there himself to Vrindavan. Now, Lokanath started to cry when he imagined the Lord with his beautiful curls, cut, shorn, and the distress. Lokanath was crying because of the distress that the devotees would feel at his departure, taking sannyas. So when the Lord saw Lokanath's anxiety, what did Mahaprabhu do? When Mahaprabhu saw what anxiety, how he was weeping, then what did Mahaprabhu do? He embraced him and he consoled him and he gave him various spiritual instructions. Then Lokanath surrendered completely to Mahaprabhu. So when Bhugarbha saw how unhappy Lokanath was, he decided to accompany him to Vrindavan. That's how it took place. Because Bhugarbha Goswami saw how unhappy Lokanath was. So he decided to accompany him to Vrindavan. They went together. That rain's not coming in and touching you? Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Now, the two companions, which two companions? They were walking together to Vrindavan. Which two devotees were walking together to Vrindavan? Achyuta. Which two devotees, two friends, they were walking together to go to Vrindavan?
This Lokanatha.
Huh?
Lokanatha and two friends,
Lokanath.
one of them.
Yeah, Lokanath is one.
Who one more? I forget his name.
Bhugarbha.
Budarbha.
Bhugarbha Goswami.
Yes.
Because Bhugarbha saw how sad Lokanath Goswami was that Mahaprabhu was going to take sannyas. And he was just weeping and weeping. So because Bhugarbha Goswami is most intimate friend, he decided, okay, I will also go to Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu gave the order to Lokanath Goswami. He didn't give it to Bhugarbha Goswami, but Bhugarbha Goswami decided to go along with him. So, the two companions, the two friends, they walked through Raj Mahal, through Tajpur, Purnia, Lucknow, and many holy places before they finally arrived in Braj. Imagine what it must have been like back then. No vehicles at all. Only horse carts, bullock carts. That's it. Very few main roads. They had roads. Otherwise, how are they going to pull the carts and how are they going to go? I mean, they didn't even have bicycles back then. So all transportation was going on by bullock cart, horse cart. That's it. And how pure the atmosphere must have been. Huh? How pure the atmosphere. No chemicals, no spraying, no GMOs, no poison put into the soil, poison in the water. Very pure. They could walk barefoot even everywhere. Not only that, but the whole culture, the Vedic culture of India was alive and very well. And they had the Varnashram system, and sadhus could walk anywhere and beg at anyone's doorway, and they would give them some little madhukari, or they would invite him, please come and have a meal. They would even invite them, please spend the night. There were no hotels. Did you know that? There was only sometimes a few dharmashalas, but they didn't charge any money to the pilgrims. So the sadhus in those days could be completely penniless, and they could simply walk and spend the night underneath a tree and like that. Okay? Would you like to be in that time period? You will be if you keep on chanting Hare Krishna and you keep on serving Gauranga Mahaprabhu. You will take birth in such a time period. Now, after they walked to all those holy places, they arrived in Braj. And although he had come to Vrindavan on Mahaprabhu's order, Lokanath Goswami constantly felt intense separation from the Lord. He was shedding very profuse tears, always crying in his desire to see Mahaprabhu again. Because remember, he only saw him that one time. Then he was given that order from Mahaprabhu. And then he departed and came to Braj. So his mood of separation was so intense. Now, when he got the news that Mahaprabhu had taken sannyas, and then that after taking sannyas he had gone to Jagannath Puri, and after he went to Jagannath Puri, then he went to South India on pilgrimage. So Lokanath received that news, and what did he do? He hurried very quickly to South India in order to join Mahaprabhu. Like in those days, you could find out where somebody was just by telling their name, and everything spread by word of mouth. And this person like Mahaprabhu, people would be talking about him everywhere. Now, so when he arrived in South India, he heard that Mahaprabhu is no longer there. He heard that he had gone to Vrindavan. So now Lokanath immediately set off for Vrindavan, hoping to see the Lord there. But guess what happened? By the time he arrived in Vrindavan, then he heard that the Lord had now gone to Prayag. Now Lokanath was absolutely disappointed, but still determined to see the Lord. He decided to set off again for Prayag. He didn't give up. He went all the way down to South India, came all the way back up to Vrindavan. Now he went all the way to Prayag, and he was determined to see the Lord. So this time, however, Mahaprabhu appeared to him as he was on his way there. Mahaprabhu appeared to him in a dream. And what did Mahaprabhu tell to him? He told, wait. Yes. He appeared to him in a dream, Mahaprabhu appeared to him in a dream, and he told him to stop running around, and that he should remain in Vrindavan and do his bhajan. So not long afterwards, Lokanath did that. He went back to Vrindavan. But not long after he went to Vrindavan, guess who arrived in Vrindavan? Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and the others of the Lord's associates. They started to come and live in Braj. Yes. So the association of all these personalities cheered him up immediately. He became so happy in his heart. So when Rupa Goswami, when he was getting old, and when he was unable to walk all the way to Govardhan, he missed being able to see his Gopal. Which Gopal? Yeah, the Gopal on the hill. So when this desire became strong, then Gopal came to stay at the house of Vitaleshwar in Mathura. Outwardly, ostensibly out of fear of Muslim iconoclasts. But actually, this Gopal came to show his mercy to Rupa Goswami. So the deity stayed there for 1 month. And during this time, Rupa Goswami came for his darshan with Lokanath and with the other Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And the extent to which Bhugarba Goswami was dear to Lokanath, it is described in the Bhakti Ratnakara. Here is the verse, not the Sanskrit, just the English from the Bhakti Ratnakara. How dear Bhugarba Goswami was to Lokanath Goswami. Here's the verse. Lokanath's affection for Bhugarba was well known everywhere. And they only had different bodies, but in spirit they were one. One soul in 2 bodies. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami, here's another quote from Bhakti Ratnakara. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he was extremely compassionate. And Bhugarba and Lokanath, they are gold mines of virtues. Now, Lokanath Goswami, he worshipped Radha and Krishna in a state of separation mood. That's how he worshipped Radha and Krishna, was in the mood of separation. And the intensity of that separation also increased the intensity of his renunciation. Lokanath Goswami was afraid. What was he afraid of? What did Lokanath Goswami fear? He was afraid of the slightest amount of fame. He was afraid of fame. So thus he forbade Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to write anything about him in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And therefore, the result of that order to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was that Krishnadas Goswami only mentioned his name there, only one time. Only his name can be found. Nothing about him can be found. So, now Sanatan Goswami, he has also mentioned the name of Lokanath Goswami in his Mangala Charana to the Hari Bhakti Vilas. And he has also mentioned it in the Vaishnava Toshani commentary to the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Who mentioned it? Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami's commentary on the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is called Vaishnava Toshani. We know that name because our Srila Prabhupada would mention it continually, all throughout his whole purports of the Srimad Bhagavatam. He would mention this Vaishnava Toshani commentary of Srila Sanatan Goswami. So there's a verse that he composed in which he mentions the name of Lokanath Goswami. Here's the verse. Vrindavana Priyan Vande Shri Govinda Padashritan Srimat Kashishvaram Loka Natam Shri Krishna Dasakam. So I pay obeisance. This is Sanatan Goswami. I pay obeisances to Kashishwara, Lokanath, and Krishna Das, to whom residence in Vrindavan is very dear, and also who have taken shelter of Govinda's lotus feet. So now comes the section talking about the deity of Lokanath Goswami, who is named what?
Radha Vinod.
Yes. Radha Vinod. Everyone say Radha Vinod. Radha Vinod. Radha Vinod.
Radha Vinod.
So, now Lokanath Goswami constantly traveled through Braja, all around Braj Mandala. And very ecstatically, Lokanath Goswami, he was visiting all the different various holy places. Leela Studies, where Krishna had engaged in his pastimes. We can still do that. That's what our Gurudev. As I was reading this, I was remembering, how Gurudev brought us there. How Gurudev brought us to Braj, and personally went with us, at least in the first couple of years, to all these different places in Braj. And that's the first time I realized what is Braj Mandala Parikrama and how sweet it is. So, as Lokanath Goswami was constantly traveling throughout Braj, visiting all these Leela Stulis, then he came to a place called Kadirvan. We know that name because we've gone there. So, and after Kadirvan, he visited Kishori Kunda, near the village of Umarao by Chatravan. Okay, so these are all names. If you haven't gone on Braj Mandala Parikrama, you don't know. But we would go every year to this place, Kadirvan. And then also Gurudev would sit and read from his Braj Mandala Parikrama book. And in his Parikrama book, there's many, many different towns listed for a number of pages. And what pastime happened there, and how that name of that village is named after Krishna's pastime. So, at that place, when Lokanath Goswami was visiting that village, that's Kishori Kund, near Umarao by Chatravan, he was so impressed by the beauty of the site that he stayed there for some time to do his bhajan in isolation, all alone, Nirjan bhajan. So after he did his bhajan in this way for some time, then he developed a deep desire to worship Radha and Krishna in the deity form. In the deity form, to worship Radha and Krishna. How was he worshipping Radha and Krishna before that? He was worshipping them in the form of their holy names and internal bhajan, manasi seva, of their names, forms, qualities, pastimes, everything. Completely absorbed, day and night. But after some time, he developed a deep desire to worship Radha and Krishna in the deity form. So that, what does that show you? That shows you that the exalted Maha Bhagavats, they see Krishna directly in the deity. They have full realization that this deity is Krishna himself. Krishna himself is coming in the form of the deity. Do we see that when we look at Thakurji on the altar? Sometimes. Sometimes, oh Krishna, you're actually here. Oh Radha, you're actually here. But the Mahabhagavats, they directly see Krishna. Now, Krishna, he knows the desire of his devotees. Does Krishna know what the desire is there in the heart of Krishna's devotees? Huh? Does he? Yes or no? Da ili niet. Does Krishna know the desire that is in the heart of his devotees? That his devotees have a desire. Does Krishna know that?
I think it's a rhetorical question.
It is.
No.
It is. But you have to answer the question. Yes or no? Da? Da? Okay. Da? So now, yes, Krishna knows the desires of his devotees. And what does Krishna himself, how does Krishna feel when he sees that, oh, my devotee has this desire? Krishna feels obligated that he must fulfill their desire, his devotee's desire. Okay? Understand? Krishna feels, oh, my devotee has this desire, I must fulfill his desire. So what did Krishna do in this circumstance? He personally came there, personally, to give Lokanath Goswami a deity. Now, what did he look like? It doesn't say it here, but I know the pastime. We've seen the painting also. You remember what form Krishna came in? He came in the form of a village tribal person, like a tribal village person. And he's holding this deity. Yes. So Krishna came personally, and he gave this deity to Lokanath, and he told Lokanath Goswami that the deity's name is Radha. What? The deity's name is what? Radha Vinod. That's the deity's name. Radha Vinod. But then, Krishna suddenly disappeared after handing him this deity. So now Lokanath was astonished to see the deity. And then Lokanath became filled with anxiety at the thought that the Lord himself had come to him, and then he suddenly left. Can you imagine? Krishna comes to you, gives you the deity, then he leaves. And you understand that that was actually Krishna himself who came to me. So, he felt so much sadness at the thought that Krishna had come and now he left. But then, Radha Vinod looked at Lokanath Goswami with his glance. Very sweet glance of Radha Vinod. So he looked at Lokanath Goswami, and Radha Vinod said to him, I live here. I live here on the banks of Kishori Kunda, in the village of Umrao. I saw your eagerness to serve me, and so I came here myself. Who else would have brought me to you? I am very hungry. Quickly prepare something for me to eat. Krishna said he's hungry. Ya голодный. Я очень голодный. Пожалуйста, приготовить для меня. Я очень голодный. I'm very hungry. Please prepare food for me. So when, and he told him, bыстri, very quickly, prepare something for me to eat. Now, when Lokanath Goswami heard these words from Krishna, from his Radha Vinod, tears began to flow from Lokanath's eyes. He quickly started cooking for Radha Vinod. And then he made an offering which the deity ate with very great satisfaction. And you know what he did then for his Radha Vinod? Do you know what he did then? Tisnayash. What he did then, Lokanath. He made a bed. He made a bed for Radha Vinod with flowers. He made a bed of flowers, and then Lokanath placed him on the bed. Then Lokanath began to fan him with branches of a tree. And now Lokanath began to massage the Lord's lotus feet. Massage! And then Lokanath devoted himself, body, mind, and soul, to Radha Vinod. What a beautiful story, huh? What a beautiful story of our acharyas. How sweet relationship between Krishna and his pure devotees. But now, Lokanath began to think, where should I keep the deity? Where should I keep him? Where will I keep him? He didn't have a house, a bhajan kutir, anything. So you know what he did? Do you know what he did? Are you translating what I'm saying? He decided to make a large cloth bag. And that became Radha Vinod's temple. That bag. That became his temple. And then he kept his worshipable Lord constantly close to his heart, like a necklace. He would wear the bag around his neck. Yes. And you know what happened? All the local people who lived in that area, they know that those Brajbasis, they understood that Lokanath Goswami is an exalted personality. And when they saw that he now had this deity of Radha Vinod, they wanted to build a house for him, the local village people. They wanted to build a house for him and for his deity. But Lokanath refused. Lokanath did what? What did Lokanath do when the village people came?
He take his bag on the neck and he said, I don't need this temple and house because
Yes.
it was very vairagya.
Yes, he refused to accept their offer. That the village people had said, we want to build a temple. We want to build at least a house for you and your deity. But Lokanath refused. Why? Because he was so renounced that he accepted nothing other than what he absolutely needed for the deity's service. He was so renounced. Only the very basic things that he needed for the serving the deity, then he accepted. Now comes the section. Narottam Das Thakur. Yes, Narottam Das Thakur. Do you know what was the relationship between Narottam Das Thakur and Lokanath Goswami? Do you know?
They were praying.
No. You're trying to think Bhugarbha Goswami and Lokanath Goswami. But I didn't say Bhugarbha Goswami, I said Narottam Das Thakur. Who is Narottam Das Thakur? You tell who he is. You don't know anything about Narottam Das Thakur? Nothing. Nothing. Have you heard his name before? How many times? Hundreds and thousands, right? What do you know about Narottam Das Thakur?
He was a disciple of Lokanath Das Goswami, and there is story.
But what else do you know about him? What else do you know about him? Where was he born? What kind of a family? Tell about him. Not his relationship with Lokanath. I'm going to read that.
Gurudev,
But tell who is Narottam.
I don't remember details which years he born.
Okay, that you don't have to remember.
I remember one story, and in the story in my deep heart.
No, but that's what I'm about to tell. Is the story
And
about his
Narottam.
relationship with Lokanath
not
Goswami.
this, not this
Okay,
story.
which one?
This story is very interesting.
Yeah.
When first Guru Purnima it was big festival.
Yeah, that's much
And,
later. That's much later.
You asked me about Narottam Das
I know.
And he
But
was
you're still not
Kirtan.
telling who he is.
He is very great Vaishnavas at first, and he was very great Kirtaniya, and he has free book, very high level book, his
Songbooks.
songbooks.
2 songbooks,
Yes.
not 3.
It is what we have now. Songs, a lot of songs. We Goranga Bolite Habe. It's Narottam Das Thakur.
Yes.
Author. So
Yes.
many songs he
Yes.
created, composed.
Yes.
Composed.
But did Narottam Das Thakur live in Vrindavan?
He was Jiva Goswami. He was disciple of Jiva Goswami and
Siksha disciple.
Guru. Shiksha.
Along with who? He had 2 other god brothers. Shyamananda.
Shyamananda and Narottam Das Thakur.
Srinivas Acharya. Yes. Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Trai
Ki
Ki Jai.
Narottam Srinivas.
Yes. So, now, after Lokanath Goswami spent some time at that place in Braj called Kishore Kunda, then Lokanath Goswami came to Vrindavan. And when he came to Vrindavan, he learned that Rupa and Sanatan had ended their pastimes in this world. They had left. So he must have been there for quite some time at Kishore Kund. So now he lamented that, oh, Rupa, Sanatan, where have you gone? And he was very, very sad. So around that same time period, then this person named Narottam Das, he came there. He came there to Vrindavan. And Narottam Das, he was the son of who? A king. Narottam Das Thakur was the son of a king. He is born in Bangladesh in a place called Rajsahi. And so his father's name, who was a king, was named Raja Krishnananda Datta. Raja Krishnananda Datta of Gopalpur in Rajsahi. So now that person, Narottam Das, who was a prince, he came to Vrindavan. And when he came to Vrindavan, he met Lokanath Goswami in Vrindavan. Then, when Mahaprabhu told Nityananda to go to Puri, this is now going back in history, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Nityananda Prabhu that he should go to Puri, then Mahaprabhu cried in ecstasy in a place that was not too far from Jagannath Puri. It was a place now known as Prem Tila. But that place is on the banks of the Padmavati River. Okay? When Mahaprabhu came there, before Narottam Das Thakur was even born, then Mahaprabhu, he deposited his own prem. Like if you go to a bank and you want to make a bank deposit with money. Mahaprabhu deposited his prem there. He buried his prem, his love. Why? So that later Narottam Das Thakur could receive that. So many years later, when Narottam took his bath, this is many, many years later, when Narottam Das Thakur had gone for preaching in East Bengal. But when he came there to that place, and he took his bath in that river, on the banks of the Padmavati River, then at that very spot, he was immediately overwhelmed with divine love. And then at that time, Narottam Das decided to cut off all family ties and to go to Vrindavan. So this is before Narottam Das went to Vrindavan.
Who Nityananda or Mahaprabhu?
Mahaprabhu deposited his prem there.
But I reading Nityananda.
No, only Nityananda was told by Mahaprabhu that he should go to Bengal to preach. That's what it says here. It doesn't say anything else about Nityananda Prabhu.
In Russian, it is Nityananda. In
So-
Nityananda. He also approved.
I remember that we said Nityananda,
But it is something wrong. I know also Mahaprabhu, he...
Well, okay, listen. I'm going to read this sentence and I'm going to clarify. Yes. Now it says, when Mahaprabhu told Nityananda to go to Puri, he cried in ecstasy in a place on the banks of the Padmavati River, which is now known as Premtila. He buried his love there for Narottam's later benefit. So now, here, it's not perfectly clear who did it, whether Mahaprabhu did it or whether Nityananda Prabhu. Right, but we've heard Mahaprabhu many times. Mahaprabhu deposited his love there. So if they translated it that Nityananda did it, they're wrong. It's a wrong translation in Russian language. Now, so when Narottam Das Thakur took his bath in the river, he was overwhelmed with divine love, and he decided to cut off all his family ties and to go to Vrindavan. So he was very young then. This is before he had gone to Vrindavan. Now, when he arrived in Braj, then Narottam met Rupa, Sanatan, and Lokanath when he arrived in Braj. So, Narottam received Lokanath's special mercy because he became his one and only disciple. Narottam became the only disciple of Lokanath Goswami. So now here's the story. Here's how that happened. How did Narottam Das Thakur become the only disciple of Lokanath Goswami? So here's the description. So, Lokanath, who was extremely renounced, he had also made a vow. He took a vow. And he vowed not to take any disciples. So, Narottam Das, he also made a vow. Narottam Das also made a vow. Lokanath made a vow to what? Not take any disciples. And Narottam Das also made a vow to take initiation from no one other than Lokanath. So you've got two vows. Now, Narottam repeatedly, again and again, Narottam asked Lokanath to give him initiation, but Lokanath was firm in his refusal. No, I'll not give you initiation. Now, Narottam, he thought to himself, what can I do? He's refusing. He thought, somehow I have to win his heart. Somehow or other, I have to enter into his heart so that he will no longer refuse me. So, in order to try to do that, what did he do? Narottam Das, young man, maybe teenage boy, we don't know exactly his age, but in the middle of the night, way in that village, just in the middle of the forest, middle of the night, he came to clean the place that Lokanath was using to pass stool. Okay? And Lokanath was so surprised to see that the place was being kept clean by someone. And so therefore he thought, who is this that is coming and cleaning this place? I want to find out. So then one evening, Narottam Das Thakur went there. What is that? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. This tape is no longer any good. So, yes. So what Lokanath decided to do was he went there to that near to that place, and he hid in the forest chanting japa. And then one evening he was waiting late into the whole night, waiting for this mysterious person to appear. Then at midnight he saw someone engaged in cleaning the place. He saw someone. Then he approached him and he asked him, "Who are you?" Then when he found out that Narottam, the son of a king, was engaged in doing such a filthy task, he felt very embarrassed. And he asked him what his purpose was in doing it. Then Narottam immediately, he began to cry. Narottam began to cry, and he fell at Lokanath's feet. And he said, "My life is useless unless I obtain your mercy." So when Lokanath saw Narottam's humility, and also he saw his pain, then his resolve, his determination to never give anyone initiation, now that softened. He softened his vow. And then he gave him the mantras. So this example of Narottam Das Thakur trying to receive the mercy of Lokanath Goswami is a perfect example of how a devotee can win over, he can win the favor of his worshipful deity through doing what? How can you win the favor of your worshipable deity? And in this case it means he was trying to win the favor of his guru. So what did he do? What was the method?
Service.
Yes. And what was he demonstrating by this? Narottam was demonstrating that if someone does honest service, honest, truthful service, and also selfless service, then you can win over your worshipful deity through this honest and selfless service. So Narottam Das took initiation from Lokanath on the full moon day of the month of Shravan. So Lokanath and Narottam, they engaged in this pastime. Both of them were highly exalted personalities. But they were teaching by this pastime. They engage in this pastime to show what is the value of selfless service, which is rendered without any motivation, selfless, and very sincere service. They showed this example to the entire world. But especially, they showed it to the people of northern Bengal. Now Lokanath was a very renounced Vaishnava, but he saw in Narottam, he saw someone who not only had a very cultured background, very high level, the son of a king, very cultured, but he also saw in Narottam a great enthusiasm and also a taste for dealing with people. Now this is a very important point. Listen carefully. There is a very great lesson to be learned here. Lokanath Goswami, he was absolutely renounced. But now he saw that he had this disciple named Narottam. And he saw that Narottam Das Thakur came from a very cultured background in his life, very much culture. But he also noticed that Narottam had great enthusiasm, and he also had a taste for doing what? For dealing with people. Now, because he saw that quality in Narottam Das, as a result, he asked him to go back to his homeland and preach Krishna consciousness there. Back to Bengal. So, now listen to this next sentence. When a person has taken full shelter of the Supreme Lord, and when that person is situated on the transcendental platform in full service to the Lord, then it's the usual case that such a person has no enthusiasm for engaging in activities for the welfare of the people who are on the bodily platform. And they understand. These are very exalted, pure Mahabhagavad Vaishnavas. They don't have that tendency. That's why they remain completely, fully engaged 24 hours a day in their internal bhajan. And the thing is that when a devotee goes against this principle, then he performs these activities, what does that do? It increases his prestige. They increase the prestige of the person. Now, on the order of his spiritual master, Narottam returned to northern Bengal. And he began to preach pure devotional service. And therefore he delivered all the people of that country. So in his collection of songs, which are known as Prarthana, the book you mentioned, then Narottam Das Thakur has written the following statement. O Lord, after suffering much sadness, O Lord, you brought me to Braj, pulling me by the rope of mercy which you had tied around my neck. Then Maya and my fate forced me back into the well of material existence by cutting loose that rope of mercy. This is his statement Narottam Das Thakur wrote in one of his songs in that book Prarthana. O Lord, after suffering much sadness, you brought me to Braj. You pulled me by the rope of mercy. You had tied that rope of mercy around my neck and you pulled me to Braj. But then Maya and my own fate, they forced me back into the well of material existence by cutting loose that rope of mercy. Yes. So, what do we learn from this? Here it is clearly stated that when any soul becomes a pure devotee and they're living in this world and they take full shelter of the Supreme Lord, and they're situated on the transcendental platform, they're fully serving day and night, rag, marg, bhakti, internally, externally, everything. Generally, when that is the situation for such a devotee, he usually doesn't have enthusiasm for engaging in activities for the welfare of people who are on the bodily platform. And when a devotee goes against this principle, then these activities increase his prestige. But in this case, on the order of Srila Lokanath Goswami, because he saw that Narottam Das Thakur, he had very highly cultured, he had enthusiasm and a taste for dealing with such people. Yes? So he ordered him to return to Bengal and began to preach pure devotional service. He thus delivered all the people of that country. You see? But what was Narottam thinking? He was thinking, I'm so unfortunate because the Lord brought me to Braj. He put this rope around my neck, his rope of mercy. He tied it around my neck and he pulled me to Braj. But now, Maya Devi and my own misfortune have forced me back into the well of material existence by cutting loose that rope of mercy. So, Narottam Das Thakur and all of our acharyas in this Rupanuga line, they have deeply, deeply absorbed themselves day and night. They have done this bhajan in Braj. They have succeeded to attain spiritual perfection. And generally, when they do that, they don't feel attraction to deal with the mundane people of this world who are completely identifying themselves with the material body. But still, from time to time, such personalities, like in the case, there are many cases, but such personalities, they are sent to this world to do exactly that. They're sent from Goloka Vrindavan to preach the message of Krishna and deliver the masses of people. And we have seen that with our own eyes in this very life. In the form of our own Srila Prabhupada and many of our acharyas who preached extensively, what to speak of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, and also gave their orders to their disciples to preach. And in the case of my Guru Maharaj, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he was given the order at the first meeting with his spiritual master that he should preach this message in the English language to the whole world. And he repeated that order before he left the planet. He again repeated that same order. So therefore, our Srila Prabhupada, who was Abhay Charanaravinda Prabhu at that time, he dedicated his life and soul, completely dedicated himself to fulfilling that order. And if he would not have done that, the whole world would be absolutely bereft of Krishna consciousness. But he did it. And now his successors, especially Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, have also done that. After attaining the highest perfection and doing his bhajan in Braj, now he has decided to come out and preach. So Narottam Das Thakur, he is in our disciplic succession, he's really in that generation, that category of Vaishnavas who were in Vrindavan, absorbed in their bhajan, associating intimately with the six Goswamis, and in this case with Srila Jiva Goswami, intimate association with him, and receiving his instructions, the instructions of Lokanath Goswami. They left, and they came with a bullock cart all the way across India. And they came to the eastern provinces like Bengal and Orissa, like that. And they began to disseminate this message. And they saved the millions of people. Millions of people were liberated by their preaching. So we come in that disciplic succession. We are in that disciplic succession, coming down from six Goswamis, Narottam, Srinivas, Shyamananda Prabhu, like this. And coming down to our present day, acharyas. But it is true that when someone is situated in that condition, they don't have attraction for coming down from that bhajan and dealing with the people of this world. But the Lord is very merciful, and He sends particular associates who are tasked, they are given that task, that now you give this Krishna consciousness to the whole world. Mahaprabhu himself also did that, did he not? Mahaprabhu also traveled after taking sannyas, and he went to South India and preached everywhere, delivering the masses and masses of people. And Mahaprabhu also ordered his direct disciples like Rup, Sanatan, Raghunath, and so forth to write books, to preach, to reveal the holy places, Braj pastimes, and all of that. But in the case of the 6 Goswamis, they mostly stayed in Braj. They did not come into contact with all the people of the world, but they empowered their disciples in the line of succession. And in this way, through empowerment, they're delivering the whole world. So the last statement in this section, just a few sentences, is that Lokanath Goswami, he left this world somewhere around 1510 Shak era, which is 1588 to 1589. And he left in the month of Ashar, which is this month, on the 8th day of the dark moon. And his Samadhi tomb is found in which temple in Vrindavan? Huh? Yes, Radha Gokulananda. Ramesh Baba, or Ramani Mohan Baba, he lives just, like 100 meters from there. He lives like right next to the Radha Raman temple. So he says that he goes down the block and sits there, because Saul is very quiet there. And he sits and chants his japa in the early morning at the Radha Gokulananda temple. So, and guess where that deity is? That Radha Vinod deity is also being served in the same temple. Okay, so maybe I didn't get that straight. I was thinking of some other deity probably. But is he or not? The original, okay. Because I remember when we went to Jaipur, I remember seeing that deity. And I wasn't so familiar with this whole story, but then I was told the story when we were in Jaipur, and I had darshan of the deity. He's not so big. He couldn't be too big, because he'd been carried around the neck by Lokanath Goswami. Yes. So anyway, in this way, Srila Bhakti Vallabha Goswami Maharaj ends his beautiful presentation, so that now we can meditate and pray to these great personalities, Bhugarbha Goswami, Lokanath Goswami, Narottam Das Thakur, all of these personalities. We can develop our relationship in our heart with them, and we can remember them and know what our how we should approach them to pray and beg for their mercy, because by their mercy, especially on these appearance and disappearance days, Srila Bhaktivigyan Bharati Maharaj told so many times that on their appearance and disappearance days they are specially giving their mercy. So we should all individually pray, bow our heads, and pray from the core of our heart that Srila Lokanath Goswami and Srila Bhugarbha Goswami, direct personal associates of Mahaprabhu and Radha and Krishna, who descended from Goloka Vrindavan, and they are Leela Manjari and Prema Manjari in Radha and Krishna's Leela, that they will shower their mercy upon us so that we can become qualified to do bhajan in Vraj and attain the service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Srila Lokanath Das Goswami Pada Ki Jai. Tadiya Tirobhav Mahamahotsav Titi Srila Lokanath Das Goswami Pad Ki Jai. Srila Bhugarbha Goswami Pada Ki Jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Bolo.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Srila Lokanath Das Goswami Pada Ki Jai, Srila Bhugarabha Goswami Pada Ki Jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Vrindai Tulsi Devai, Priyai Keshavasya Cha, Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi, Satchavachai Namo Namaha. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. All glory to the assembled devotees. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai.